The only way we're going to be perfect is when we get out of this world into a glorified body. Amen. Listen to me. He was not talking about being perfect. I believe we ought to strive toward perfection. I believe if we do something wrong, I believe we ought to learn by that and not do it again. I believe we ought to learn toward perfection. But listen to me. He was not talking about being a perfect person. I don't know if there's a perfect person on the earth or not. Amen. I haven't searched lately, but I doubt there's a perfect individual upon this earth. There was only one. His name was Jesus. But Paul was talking about here, I've not already attained. I've not got there yet. But he says, I'm working toward maturity. In other words, I'm working to the place where I'm going to stand. I'm going to take a stand if the world falls. I'm going to live for God if nobody else does. If everybody pitches in the towel and walks away, I'm going to live for God. I'm going to be holy. I'm going to be righteous. I'm going to let my light shine. If the world gives up and quits, I'm going to serve. This is what Paul was talking about, that I may grow into maturity and live for God and love God more and more and love people and forgive people and forget the things they've done against me. I will not hold anything against anybody. I will not retaliate against anybody. I will not revenge anybody. You know why? Because the love of God in me is greater than all the things of the world. Listen to me, church. This is what Paul was talking about. I'm growing into maturity. And oh Lord, I've seen times, and please don't nobody take this wrong, I've seen times across our nation where I would think, God, I wish Christians would grow up. There's been times in my own life where I'd say, God, what am I doing? What am I thinking anyway? Where am I coming from? This can't be you. Oh, where is that maturity? Where is that growing up in you? Lord, I've been in the pulpit for many years. I've read the Bible through several times. Lord, I know what your word says. What's wrong with me? Am I the only one that's ever done that? When I look back and I realize, Lord, I've stumbled and I've faltered. God, you're going to have to help me. Every morning when I get up to pray, you know what I do? I say, God, you're going to have to help me today. Church, I know one thing today. I won't make it without God. I'll fall. I'll falter. I'll fail. I'll stumble. I'll make mistakes. I'll do things I shouldn't. Not that I'm trying to sin. No, I'm not trying to practice sin. But listen to me. I have to deal with this flesh. Every one of us here this morning, we deal with this person called flesh, and it don't want to give in to the will of God. This is what Paul was saying. I want to bring myself under subjection. I want to surrender myself to God till I get to the place where self will not raise its ugly head. That's why he said, I want to be conformable unto his death. I want to be able to be like Jesus Christ. Oh, he's the only perfect example. We look at the world today. There is no perfect examples. I know people have role models, and it's okay to a certain extent, I guess. But listen to me, there is no perfect role model outside of Jesus Christ. He's the only one. We must look to him. Amen. We must not look to the world. We must not look to the beggarly elements that's around us. Those things that will suffice us. We must not look to those things, for he's our only hope. This is what Paul was saying.